What up, what up, what up? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Yes, it's me, April Love, here in Boston, wishing you a blessed time. Truly hope you're finding reasons to smile, laugh, enjoy life, appreciate everything and everyone around you. Mr. Connor Smith, what is it, my friend? Thank you for stopping in. You know, through Sunday, even though I was feeling low, just telling myself, you know what? Go through whatever you gotta go through today. But tomorrow we're gonna start off fresh. We're gonna start off new. And, because, me being depressed is not gonna help the situation. Me being depressed or having anxiety or whatever is not gonna help me to find solutions. It is. Um, well, I'm gonna start driving around, so you know, hopefully when I stop at my next stop, it will better itself. But yeah, so I'm gonna start moving around, and I'll let you watch where I'm driving. I mean, not like you haven't seen it before. I didn't make it to the gym yesterday or today. Today I had to go food shopping with my mother, and we got started late, so got home late, and but it's all good. I'm feeling good tonight. My energy's good. I'm trying to just work on keeping my mind positive, because I know if I allow myself to get too down or too depressed or too focused on things that I can't control, like what's going on with my husband in Morocco, you know, you know what I'm still dealing with when it comes to my husband. So, um, it was getting me down the last couple of days, especially since I couldn't reach my husband because of his depression, he's isolating himself. He's not talking to people. So, um, I was getting to the point that, like, I don't have a lot of money. I got a lot of debt. All my credit cards are pretty much maxed out. But I was about to, like, legit max out the only card that I have even a little bit of money on to go see him. But even his mother and his father are like, it's not really gonna do anything. And really, even if I went and I lifted his spirits while I was there, when I come back, he's just gonna go right back into depression and whatever. So, not that I don't want to see him, but I'm trying to put myself or keep myself. Where's the moon? There's the moon. Look, the moon. Woohoo, right there. Um, I just want to, and I've been listening to some of my motivational things and just reminding myself that I'm not responsible. This is not to sound, um, you know, disheartening or like I don't care. I'm not responsible for his happiness. I want him better. I want to help him to get better. But because I'm not there, it's out of my control. And I have to remind myself that if it's out of my control, me getting upset and me getting depressed is not going to change the situation. And all that's going to do is keep me from moving forward. You know, it's gonna keep me from, doing what I have to do for me. And if I'm not doing it right, how am I supposed to help him, right? So yesterday, Sunday, I went through, you know, got stuck in my head, couldn't get myself to move. And I was like, and instead of beating myself up about it, I was like, you know what? Go through whatever emotions you gotta go through, whatever thoughts come through, just let them go through. Tomorrow we'll start off fresh. We'll start off, at least in a positive mindset. My intention for Monday was to go to the gym to work out, but because I had to go food shopping and I had to make dinner, the workout kind of got pushed to the side. But Tuesday, my intentions are to work out, and you know, either whether it's the gym or whatever. But and I'm really trying to work on not focusing on what I don't have, and not focusing on, again, what I can't control, and just focusing on what I do have, really focusing on appreciating what I have, and reminding myself that more is coming, that it's always, things are always working out, and just getting back into that good mindset. And it helped today. And even with my mother's been going through her own anxiety, her own stuff, and it's because we live together. It was kind of rubbing off. It's rubbing off on me a little bit too. But today, because I was trying to work on my own positive energy and keeping my own mind focused and clear, and you know in good space, when she started going through her anxiety, at one point she was walking in her house and just really complaining and getting loud, and I told her, I made her sit down, put on some calming instrumental music, this peaceful calming music, and told her, sit down, be quiet, don't say anything, just listen to the music and breathe. you know so later on she actually thanked me to for trying to make her, help her to to calm herself. So, but Connor, you still in here? How you doing? I don't know if you're still here because it says 0. It's all good though. Another two positives is all of my numbers have been slowly going down, because the last week I had at least two people. Um, I had at least two new subscribers over the past week, so I'm happy with that. And it's good to see when I'm posting my videos that it actually brings it up. And I was gonna make a video for Monday, but the same reason I didn't make it to the gym is the same reason I didn't make a video. I started making a video, and then I got distracted with everything I had to do, and I never got around to finishing the video. And hello to whoever came in. Thank you for the thumbs up. I appreciate you. Truly, truly means a lot. Any love, any support given is, you know, it means everything. You know. And if you've been watching my videos over the past week, I was having my own anxiety about money and whatever, but, because I do need a lot, I need a couple $1,000s in order to just do the immigration process for my husband. And then on top of that, I need more than a couple $1,000s to pay down my debt. But I don't want to keep focusing on that. I want to focus on the fact that I still, even though I have no money, I don't have the money I need right now for those things. I'm still able to pay my bill. Like I'm trying to find the positive, going, okay, what, what's the positive going on in your life right now? I'm able to pay my bills. I was able to go food shopping. So and I need to focus on the money that's already coming in. It might not be enough to do everything I want, and I do have panic moments about that. But I'm trying to work on not focusing on the lack and focusing on what I have and opening myself for more to come. The whole law of attraction thing and positive thinking and positive mindset. You know, and I just want to stay positive so I can keep making my videos because we all know that the more depressed I get, the less videos I make. Where do I live? I live in Boston, Massachusetts, U.S. Hello, Denise. I'm trying to remember. You're in Rhode Island or Connecticut? Oh, you're in Ontario. I, I, it's been, oh my god, it's been like almost 20 years. 2000, it, it will be 20 years since I've been to Canada. I went to Toronto the beginning of 2001, and then I think I went a second time. I don't know if it was the same year or a couple years later with a friend I had at the time. We were fans of friends. We were fans of Kids in the Hall and Bare Naked Ladies. And oh no, okay, I remember now. So I had just I was a big fan of Kids in the Hall and just became a fan of Bare Naked Ladies. And she had gotten tickets to see Bare Naked Ladies in Boston, and she invited me to that concert. So I went with her to that. Got a drumstick from Tyler, the drummer Tyler, um, Tyler Stewart. Just trying to remember his last name. And then I don't remember what year it was. It had to be a couple years, at least at least 2, 3 years after that. We went. There was they were doing some kind of. I think it was for a fundraiser. I don't remember. I think they were trying to raise money. They did the Bare Naked Circus where they had like 5 different groups playing, including in Bare Naked Ladies was the headliner, and we went to um, that to the place that was off of. I'm guessing it's Lake Ontario in Toronto. Um, Wherever the concert place is, near the water. And what I remember about that is, what I remember about that concert was we got there early, so we were waiting for, so we were just kind of walking around, and there were 2 people not too far from us talking, and they did the stereotypical, you know, Canadian thing where like the woman was talking and she's like, I do too, eh? And it caught my ear. That's not what she said, but I'm using that. She said the A, the A at the end of whatever her sentence was, and it just caught my ear. I looked over unintentionally and kind of giggled. Okay, no problem. But thank you for coming in. I appreciate it. And please do share it out. Share it out. Let the girls know. Because I didn't share it out. I just kind of started. I randomly thought this. I randomly figured I'd do a stream. Because originally I was going to make a video. But because I got busy, I didn't make the video because I'm in good spirits right now. I was like, you know what? I'm bored. Let me get on here and do a stream. And so yeah, so that's what I'm doing. Last night, and I have my laptop here again. Last night I was working on not a love lift track, but I'm trying to I'm trying to work on my music a little bit more, at least like creating my own. I want to start creating my own um, music for my videos, or at least music that, like, even if it's not for a song per se, maybe I can use it for the background of one of my poems or something. And I I put out a teaser of it. I'm trying to figure out where I can put this for a second, because I can bring out my laptop and you can listen. I know that it's not the best position, but bear with me. Anyway, anyone that comes in, if you actually come this far in, put in the comment section #LoveSquad, because then I'll know you're a diehard. I know you're someone that, is always supporting my channel. Because I know not everybody gets the notifications. I know not everybody comes on. Love Squad. Is that what I was calling us? #Love Squad? No, I don't remember. Love Crew. #Love Crew. That's what we were calling it. The reason why I want to do Love Squad is because there's a Instagram page called Love Squad, and I'm sure there's a YouTube channel by that, so I didn't want to use that. But, like, I kind of wanted to give, like, my supporters or my little community of people, like a little nickname. And I was trying to think of what it would be. I was thinking lovers, and like, no, we're not. It's not that. It's not that. So, check it out. I'm not sure if how much more I'm gonna do on this, but so far, and this looks big because I'm like right up against it. That's what I got so far. um, what do I want to do now? Yeah, like I said, it's not for anything specific. That's literally just, just um, that's literally just something that instead of trying to look for music, I was like, this might be something good to use for like the background of my music, my videos, instead of looking for royalty-free music. And that one I'm actually liking a lot. I'm just looking for all my love lift tracks. This was the original one. Now the music on this one, I didn't create the music. I did the lyrics, but another creator, Remy Moore. I don't know if you're familiar with him. He makes music, and when I started making these love lift tracks, um, I wasn't confident in my own ability to make the music, and I asked him if he could help me. Um, and he helped to make the music for this song. Finding his way. With dollar energy, with things that Drake said, and everything we say. A young success, with the vision of being the biggest, the best. Red carpet, making people laugh, think, social experiment. The hustle, undeniable. I see it. Because the grind don't stop. I see it. Alright. Who's after that? I just want them to play like one after the other. Okay, my all-time favorite one is this one. And this one I did all except for the last one. Hold on. All the Love Lift tracks, for the exception of this one, I did all the music for. And the first one I did was this one. And it's by far one of my favorite ones. Aloveproductions. Wasabi, this is for you. What it is, what it be, what it do, though. Alex be the man on the dope, though. What it is, what it be, what it do, though. Wasabi be the man on the cocoa. Yeah, after year bringing smiles. Being happy, having fun, he inspired. Being him, kid and hot, he on fire. Family love, puppy love, and love that's nice. Real nice, real nice, real nice. That's nice, real nice, real nice. What it is, what it be, what it do, though. Alex be the man on that dope, though. What it is, what it be, what it do, though. Wasabi be the man on the cocoa. You know lazy around me. Thank you. You won't be his game, yo. Working out, candy love, ran the fun, ran the toys, laid back with his boys on the... Then I did this one. You're beautiful. front of a camera, making people laugh, inspiring the world to be what they love, to do what they love. Even when he's down, smile more, DJ the song that he sung. You're beautiful, you're one of a kind, smile more. You're beautiful, you're one of a kind, smile more. And I did. And left, and left, and left, it's Sunday. And left, and left, and left, it's Sunday. And left, and left, and left, it's Sunday. And left, and left, and left. 17, he began the games. Pound for pound, he gained the gains. Some goals and dreams he paved the way. Lifting his dreams to reality. Pushing his way through anxiety. Looking towards idol Schwarzenegger. Lifting his own legacy. Sharing his story, inspiring. Lift and lift and lift. That was for a bodybuilder creator. All the Love Lift tracks are for creators. The only two that are not necessarily content creators is Ellen DeGeneres and Gary Vaynerchuk, Gary V. Yeah, the reason I did that, right, there's a bodybuilder guy named Bradley Martin that one of his, like, catchphrases or what he does, puts on his shirts is every day is arm day. And because he is a bodybuilder, and he shows himself lifting the weights and whatever. I'm like, I was like, because the whole point of the Love Lift tracks are to celebrate the person, because YouTube is known, a lot of people, there's people that have made careers on YouTube making diss tracks, dissing other content creators, dissing other people, and for the most part, that's all in good fun. But even though it's meant to be a joke and meant to be funny and meant to be whatever, it's still technically on the negative side because you're dissing somebody. You're talking crap about that person. Last year, a YouTuber, one of the first YouTubers I started watching years ago, right? Last year, FouseyTube, um, who's was once a really big YouTuber, um, he he tried to put together this concert in 7 days, and it kind of blew up in his face. He had a very public mental breakdown, um, alienated a lot of people, embarrassed himself, um, and but because there was supposed to be a good intended thing with that whole concert series. At least that's what he put out there at the time. I was like, you know what? I want to take his idea of, you know, wanting to spread more love, you know, by, instead of making a diss track, I'm going to make a track to celebrate somebody. And I was trying to think of a name to call that type of song. Can't call it a love song because I'm not singing about in some ways I am, but it's not your typical like love song, like boyfriend girlfriend type love song. All right, and it's not a gospel song, and it's you know not necessarily a motivational song. In some ways it is. If you listen to the lyrics, I kind of go through the history of that person that the song is for. or I touch on certain things for each person. I personalize because it's about a specific person. I'm personalizing the song, you know, to the experiences they've shared with their viewers and what we know of them. And again, it's meant to celebrate. So I was like, what could we call it? And I just said, you know what? It's a love lift track. It's meant to spread love. It's meant to express love. And it's meant to uplift and inspire. And as I said, celebrate. Celebrate the person it's about. Inspire the people that are listening. If they listen to the lyrics, to show the positive of this person. And just inspire other people that, you know, we don't need to make diss tracks. We can make positive content, or put out positive things about people. And it kind of falls into line with things that Ellen DeGeneres talks about and whatever. And so because I started this on YouTube, I was like, I'm gonna my songs. Let me get a drink. Hold on. All right, so back to what I was saying. Um, so because I was doing this on YouTube, and because the YouTuber is the one, well, I got this back in May because I was fasting during the day, and I didn't want to get dehydrated during I was fasting during the day, but when I was able to eat and drink, I wanted to have a specific amount of water that I can take to work with me. And then, like, if I could get through the majority of this bottle, it will sustain me while I'm fasting. No. But anyway, but as far as the Love Lift tracks, the majority of them are all about YouTubers. So far, the only two people that I've done a song about that are not YouTubers is Ellen DeGeneres and Gary Vaynerchuk, or AKA Gary V. Hold on. So I played. Oh, and if you're from Ontario, then hopefully you know who this person is. You gotta know who Lily Singh is. Superwoman. I'm sure she's making some kind of noise in Ontario, mostly in the Toronto, but you must be hearing something about her on on local television, about her and her talk show that she's gonna have starting next month. I did, she's one of the YouTubers I did a song for. I 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, go, Superwoman! Superwoman! One love, one love. Spreading out one love, one love, one love. Spreading out one love, one love. Alright, for the paintings, depends on the painting. And I honestly don't know how to price myself with my paintings. In the beginning of the year, somebody showed interest in one of my paintings, and originally I had told them, because it was a 3-piece painting, I said 75, he offered to pay 150. And then another painting, and that what that told me was that I was devaluing myself. So I was like, okay, if I can ask, depending on the painting and the detail of it or whatever, anywhere from $25 to um, 150 depending on the painting. But even if it's one that if it's a bigger painting, if it's whatever, if it's one that like you really connect with, like you were watching and you really connect with it, you know, and if you don't have a whole lot of money, I'm willing to work with you, but I won't discuss, like, if you saw a painting that you like of mine, like on Instagram or Facebook or whatever. If you saw one, you go, ooh, I really like that, and I give you a high price, and you know you can't afford it, just let me know, and like maybe we can work something out in some way. And because you are out of the U.S., there's gonna be the international shipping fees, and I know for something that's on the lightweight side, it's still about $20 to $25 to send something. I think right around the 5 pound or less. So, but if you pay enough on the painting, I might waiver the shipping. If it's something smaller, you know, I might, like I'm flexible, but I also want to be fair about it. And so, because believe me, I'm definitely one of those people that like try to be very, like, I do too much through my heart and not through like a business mindset. Like out of desperation, I was even thinking recently. True. I'm just someone that always like I always want to help, or give or whatever. And that's just my mentality. Hey, how are you? Cashier, thank you for coming in. Appreciate it. Truly means a lot. We're just kind of reminiscing over my music and whatnot. And why isn't there? Did it get put in? It probably got put in there. That's why. We're just playing some of the Love Lift tracks and some of my music and whatnot. Denise, you still here? So here's the one I did for Ellen. She said, be kind to one another, laugh with each other. She said, help one another, show love to each other. Yeah, that's a message to the world. Yeah, I'll even do one better. I'll play a clip from the actual video, and then when you get a chance, you can go find it. I have a playlist for the Love Lift tracks, so you can find all the ones I've done so far. But here's the video. Be kind to one another. Bye. said be kind to one another, laugh with each other. She said help one another, show love to each other. That's her message to the world with everything that she does. Whether she gives 10 G's or make you laugh till you weep. The intentions are simple. Bring love to the world. When every tear and every smile, you know her heart is truly pure. No, she didn't always have it all. Like you, she had her stumbles and falls. One of the first to say, hey, I'm gay. A ripple to change the game. And yes, like you, she had a few diabetes. But look at her today. Look at her today. She should be kind to one another. Laugh with each other. She said help one another. Help one another. Show love to each other. Love to each other. Now all that she does for the people of the world. Alright, you can watch the rest on at your own leisure. I tried to get her attention on that one. Didn't happen. Then let's see. I got my other two on here too. The last two I did. Well, hopefully she still finds it eventually. Find what you love. Do what you love. It's all about perspective. This is the one I did for Gary V. Find what you love. Do what you love. Stop overthinking. Find what you love. Do what you love. It's all about perspective. Yeah. Find what you love. Do what you love. And stop overthinking. I wish I could switch over. American dream from humble beginnings. You know the story. Didn't speak the language. Small apartment. Dad worked hard. Mom showed love. No complaints to be had. Just grateful for the life that made him the man. Find what you love. Do what you love. It's all about perspective. Find what you love. Do what you love. Stop overthinking. Alright, what do I want to do? Alright, and the very last one I did was for a YouTuber named Adam Sala. Hold on. This is the last one I did. Do me gang, 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 gang. 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 He's having an amazing day. Do me gang, 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 gang. I'm having an amazing day. Do me gang, 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 gang. You having an amazing day? Gang, 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 gang. Let's all have an amazing day. Praying in public, dates with homes. New York adventures, dates with strangers. What a beginning to great inspiration. Watching daily sparked my creation. Let me start by thanking for this road of dreams I'm living. You're the reason, the camera, I'm standing. Alhamdulillah, thank you God for this life you are saving. I do me gang, 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 gang. 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 He's having a nice I do me gang, 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 gang. I'm having a nice I do me gang, 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 gang. Are you having a nice day? Gang, 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 gang. Let's all have an amazing ASA, 3MH, yeah, I was there. Saw the love, saw the trouble. We all saw it rise above it. Lessons were had, chosen were passed. Ramadan fast, forgiveness and growth. Look at you all, success on your own, from the roots that were grown. Let's go. And do it gang, gang, gang. But yeah, since I'm done showing off my do me gang, 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 gang songs, my love lift tracks. Um, I have a crap load of pictures on my Facebook and on my Instagram, but I feel like you might be able to find my artwork easier on Instagram. Because, I tend to post them a little bit more often. Not often, but I'm trying to think. And I wish I could show you. And I don't want to do it on here. I don't want to do too much on here because I don't want my phone to overheat. Because I was going to try to turn the Wi-Fi on my phone. And if I wish I could switch from this, because I know one of the new features on the mobile is that you can screen share your screen, because it's primarily for people that want to stream their mobile gaming. But if I did that, then I wouldn't be able to do the camera. I wouldn't be able to switch over to me. I'm trying to put this somewhere. Okay. But yeah, so I'll close this for a moment. But just doing all that just gave me an idea. I really need to promote those videos more often, even though I've only done them. I tend to promote them only when I've put them out. Like whatever the newest one is, I tend to only promote that one. So if I really want to get people's attention, I need to kind of put them on a weekly rotation, at least. Yeah, and I mean, for someone that that hasn't really messed with music in a long time, and I'm still trying to get, and because I don't have a whole lot of time to really play around and, you know, really learn, you know, I feel like I'm progressing fairly decently. Like the one that, the beat that I showed you in the beginning before I went through the Love Lift tracks. I want to get more creative with it, and when I watch people like Timberland, like the producer Timberland and whatever, it kind of inspires me. No problem. Okay, so the answer on the paintings, um, painting pics, they're on Facebook, primarily Facebook and Instagram. You might be able to find them quicker through Instagram. Um, if you go through Facebook, because I know Facebook sometimes doesn't upload, doesn't load up photos that quickly sometimes. And I got crap loads of paintings, not paintings, photos on Facebook. Um, I do on Instagram too, but I don't know. I feel like Instagram is a little easier to scroll through. Um, but yeah, both Instagram and Facebook you can find pictures of my. Of course, you know, all my links are in my description and on my about page. So like, even I don't know what I have. I don't remember what I have on my Facebook. Uh, the page I have for aloveproductions. Like I post everything almost everywhere. So like most of the stuff is in multiple places. I don't know necessarily which ones would be the easiest to find, but I know in the last month or two, last couple months, I was trying to, because I did put stuff on the marketplace, um, and I did put stuff on, Instagram, trying to sell some of my artwork. So, but no matter where you look, Instagram, Facebook, my A Love production page, um, you should find some of, anything that I still have. The only one you won't see, the only one that is not available to buy at the moment is uh, the owl one I did, because that one was requested by someone. And the one that I had just started, that's eventually going to be the wolf. That one was a request by someone. So, and then that one that had the splash of green, that's not necessarily for, like, it wasn't a request, but it's technically for somebody. Like, I don't know if I'm actually gonna get it to them because it's Gary Vaynerchuk. um, but it was just an idea for a painting. If he happens to see it and he wants it, I'm, I'm willing to send it to him. So, but yeah, I got a handful, and if I get a chance, maybe Friday or Saturday night. Yeah, the pyramid one. Originally, I was gonna ask like 200 for that, but I, that was just me trying to be bold about it because it's the size of that one is 16 by 20, I think. Rainbow splash with the bridge, right? No, that one wasn't requested. That was just I got into this bridge phase. I have multiple paint. I've done a couple of this. And hello to Josh Williams. How you doing? Thank you for stopping in. The Rainbow Bridge. Um, that's a small one. You know, I think it's nice enough that I could sell it for 50, but willing to, if I have to, because it's a small painting. It's like 8 by 12, 8 by 10. You know, I think it's 8 by 10, 8 by 10 or 8 by 12. I don't remember. Um, no, 8 by 10. It's an 8 by 10. Yeah, yeah, and the pyramid is 16 by 20, I think. It's on a bigger canvas. It's a good sized canvas. Did I write 12 by 16? Okay, because I got confused. I'm like, wait, did I write that? No, I think it's eight. I think it's 16 by 20. But yeah, originally I was asking 200 for that. I'm willing to come down to 150, or again, best offer for that. Um, for the pyramid. I really liked how that came out, especially the smaller the smaller planet or moons. Thank you very much. There's certain ones, um, the ones that you're looking at now, those ones are for sale. There are a couple that I've posted in the past that um, I'm not willing to part with yet, but I always say for the right price, I might be willing to. There's a couple that like I just love the way it came out, and like I'm like it's grabbing at me. If it's grabbing at me, I don't really want to get rid of it just yet. But I have plenty that I'm willing to let go of. You know, rainbow and pyramid, yes. The tree, which I don't know which tree. I have a couple of paintings with trees, so yeah, I have to. Screenshot it and message it to me. Oh, yeah, okay, I know. With a blue background. Purple, yeah, purple, bluish purple with a. Yeah, okay, I know which one you're talking about. That one, 25. It's again. That's another 8 by 10. Um, and there's a picture somewhere. I don't know if you found it yet. but there's a picture somewhere where I have mine and my nieces next to each other because I was trying to teach my niece how to do the how to make the background, and like I had her copy me on making the trees and the little cat. And for a 6 year old, she did really good. She took hers home, and the one that I did's just been kind of floating around my house. And I was like, I posted it, and like I was like, if anyone's interested, it's not my best. It was just like some fun little thing to do with my niece. But I'm like, somebody might like it. If I could get $25 for it, I'd be happy. It's a very simple painting. Sunny, stormy. I don't know if you got any of the other girls from like Nicole's streams or the other people from Nicole's streams on your thing, but feel free to tag them if because I don't think Nicole messaged me the other day and said she wasn't gonna do YouTube anymore. So if you guys still need a place to hang out, what do you know? I got up to an hour, just over an hour. And once again, anybody that comes in and you happen to watch this and you watch it all up to this point, in the comment section, put hashtag Love Crew. No problem, no worries, no worries. But I was saying, I know Nicole. I don't know if who she's told already, but she messaged me the other day, said she's doesn't want to do YouTube anymore. But if you happen to see me on like tonight, feel free to tag Nicole and those that have been in her um, streams, because they used to come in here, but because I haven't been streaming much, I think people kind of phased out. or they don't get the notifications anymore. So, and I know like Sunny, Stormy, and um, Jen, and a couple of the others. They always enjoyed coming in here. So, cause I'm chill, no drama, just lay back. Let's enjoy the night. If you got your drink, enjoy your drink. If you're munching on a snack, enjoy the snack. If you're just trying to chill. Yeah, because I didn't share it out, so. Yeah, I know. There's no worries. Because I haven't streamed in a long time, people are probably not looking for my streams. Because Jen was coming on a fairly regular basis. I had a girl named Foodie come in. She used to come in on a regular basis. Um, yeah, I know. People got issues with YouTube in general. Hell, even some of the bigger YouTubers are having issues to the point that they're not even getting paid. One of the drama channels, um, yeah, one of the drama channels that I don't like even dealing with, or I don't even watch, but for some reason his messages keep showing up on my Twitter account. I saw a tweet from him to YouTube saying, "Why am I not getting paid? You're screwing up my business. Why am I not monetized or whatever?" Yeah, well, Twitch is a whole other entity, and I saw that too. I saw that someone on Twitch, Twitch hasn't paid them. Well, maybe you heard it from the same person I heard it. I saw that from Keenstar. Do you watch Keen? Do you know the drama channel Keen? All right, so then you heard it from him. Cause he posted on Twitter the other day. I don't follow him, and I don't know why his messages are showing up on my feed. Cause you know, I don't care for his negativity. I don't care for what he does. That's him. All, and that's just not my cup of tea. But Keenstar, I saw a post from Keenstar a few hours, like earlier today, where he messaged Team YouTube saying, "Why aren't my videos being monetized? What's going on? Why hasn't it been fixed yet? I have a business and employees that I gotta pay." Yeah, I don't follow him. I don't follow him. There's a reason why his channel's called Drama Alert. You know. He reports on the YouTube drama, but he adds to some of the drama too. So I don't, I don't want to I don't want to associate with that. Right. And luckily, none of the drama stuff really pops up on my YouTube channel. So like I don't even have to see it. Every now and again something might pop up, but like I got my usual things that I watch, and I stay there. I don't look too far. I don't go too far into things. And even like in some of the communities on here, like the hashtag I'm a creator, that's the only YouTube community I really got involved in, but I became friends, you know, and a supporter for other channels like Nicole and High Velocity Savage and whatever. And when I start hearing them talking about drama that they got connected to, or someone talking crap about them, or whatever, I'm like, and this is why like I keep my circle, or my what I you know what content I consume. I try to keep it to a minimum. I've supported a lot of channels, but there's a lot of channels I don't go to because either I'm just not interested. Like, I'm not a makeup person, so I don't watch makeup videos. I don't care for gaming streams. So, like, if there's someone that I happen to support and I think they're cool, I might pop in for a minute and say what's up and hey, how you doing, just to show the love. But I'm not sitting there watching people play Fortnite. I can't watch someone put on makeup. I don't even wear makeup. Um, so, that's my deal. What was the name of the person that was the supposed pedo? Because it could just be someone that he's, you know, putting on blast, you know, for where, because that's what he does. Because he's ruined a few people's careers for one reason or another. And if it's true what I read about a month or so ago, um, he should be demonetized. He should. I have no idea who that is. I thought I might recognize the name, but I don't know who that is. Yeah, maybe I'll check it when I get off of here. No, but no, but I know supposedly I don't think he necessarily encouraged it, but some people were blaming him for a YouTuber that had recently committed suicide. I don't remember how to say the YouTuber's name, but I guess he was a semi big, had a decent following on YouTube. But the guy suffered with mental illness and was on stream with Keem, and they were kind of bantering back and forth, I guess. And um, yeah, I forget what the guy's name is. And the only reason why I knew about the dude committing suicide is because a couple of my other, a couple of the YouTubers that I watch mentioned him and saying, rest in peace, because they had met the guy a couple years back, and that they live, and they all live, the ones that I watch and the one that did that, they all lived in New York, so they all knew of each other and whatever. But supposedly there was you know, before the person had taken his life, he was on Keem's show and they were going back and forth. And Keem had said something that, like I said, I don't want to say that it was it was probably just banter back and forth, but you know what Keem said, and I don't remember the exact words. I don't remember what he said, but you know, it's like like when you have a heated conversation with friends or whatever, and you don't mean it, but you say, well, then jump off a bridge or jump off a cliff or whatever, right? But because the conversation they were having was on mental health, and the other guy was getting heated or whatever, and then Keem said something to that effect, and then I guess I don't know if it was a couple days later, a week later, or whatever. Reports came in that he had taken his life. The guy took his life. You know, but again, like it could have just been banter back and forth and stuff. Because I don't follow him, I don't want to take it out of context. But it just sounded familiar to a case that happened. That it is. There was a case I think here in Massachusetts, not Boston, but if it wasn't Massachusetts, it was like on the east coast of the states. There was a case recently of a girl. I think you lost your internet again. You still there? Because it just went to zero. Still, there you are. You back? Is that you? Or is that somebody else? If it's somebody else, hit the like button. Because if it's still Denise, I know you'll say something as soon as you can. There you go. No, right, but because of what was said, the little clip that I did see of that situation, um, no, I was saying if it wasn't you, hit the like button so I know that it's somebody else. But because of that little banter between Keem and that YouTuber, it made me think of a case that made news this year of a girl that got convicted for encouraging her boyfriend that was suicidal to take his life, and he did. She got convicted for involuntary manslaughter or something like that. She got convicted for his suicide because she basically through text, you know, you know, encouraged him to do it instead of talking him down or taking it seriously. She like he was obviously already in a bad mental state, and she encouraged him to do what he said he was gonna do, and he did. So she got convicted for it. And that's why, like, when when I heard about this person, and then saw this clip about, or I started seeing comments on Twitter about what Keem said, that like he should be held responsible for it. I was like, what the hell are they talking about? And I really didn't even want to look into it because, like I say, I try to stay away from all of that. Like, even the news, I don't watch the news. I can't deal with the the crazy stuff that's been going on, especially in this country now, but around the world. I can't deal with all that. And then when I seen people, talking about Keem and that he should be held responsible or YouTube should pull him or whatever, I was like, you know, and something of him did pop up on my YouTube feed at one point. I was like, I really don't want to, but because I was bored or whatever, I was like, okay, let me just look at it real quick. I'm like, and I listened, and I'm like it's kind of hard to see, but because Keem's been very vocal about his views on mental illness, and he's made stupid comments about mental illness, and then to know that there was this banter that happened with this person that is no, I guess to those that watched him knew of that YouTuber, knew that he was dealing with knew he had bouts of dealing with mental illness, and to hear that there was a banter that went on between him and Keem said what he said. Again, if you come across it and you listen to it, you could kind of take it as it's just a heated conversation, and the banter that and still that goes in through that. But knowing that the kid was unstable to begin with, like I feel like if you know someone does have that mental capacity or have that mental situation, that instability going on, that you need to choose your words carefully. Because, you know, this is not the first person that, this is not the first person that, you know, Keem has messed with their head or whatever. Or people, pointed the blame towards him for messing with their head. So, and again, his channel is called Drama Alert for a reason. So, no, and that's why, like, even with me, like, the fact that I even spent this much time even talking about it bothers me because I don't even want to talk about it's people like him or any drama thing that's on social media or the news or whatever. It's not worth talking about. It's not worth getting your own emotions up, like even the president, that thing that's sitting in the White House right now. You know, I don't even want to talk about him. Just the thought of that thing gets my blood boiled, so I'm gonna leave it at that. What am I doing tomorrow? Hopefully, I'm gonna be able to get to the gym or do a workout because I didn't work out Sunday or Monday. Hoping for Tuesday to get a workout in, whether it's at the gym or at home. Maybe even try to do an outside workout. Do some cardio. Cause I've been slacking on the cardio. I've been doing weights and strength training, but I haven't really been doing much on cardio, which is something I really need. Hey, you're lucky that's like maybe the one first or second. Like I haven't been yawning that much. Usually when I start my live streams, I'm yawning like crazy throughout the whole thing. Like before I do the live streams, I'll be fine, be good. Not yawning whatsoever. As soon as I turn the camera on, I'm sitting there going every 5 minutes. You can ask Nicole, you can ask Manji and Jen. You don't know how many live streams I've started where as soon as I turned on the camera and I'm going, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Like I don't even get through my intro without, a yawn coming on. And people are like, you're tired. I'm like, I was fine before I turned on the camera. I turned on the camera because I was feeling good. All of a sudden, I think part of it is because when I'm not on here, I'm quiet. I'm watching videos. I'm not doing much. So I'm not using up energy. But now I'm here. I'm talking. And and because I'm consistently talking, it's like, it uses up more energy. But the fact that, it would normally happen, and the fact that you just said that, I didn't even notice that I wasn't yawning as much throughout the stream. I've coughed, I've sneezed, but I think I've only yawned, a couple times. But anyway, but as you can see in general, and I said this in the beginning of the stream, and I know you weren't. I think you got cut out again. You still here? says 0. Okay. But, and I forgot what I was going to say. Oh, no. So, what I was saying in the beginning of the stream before you came in was, and as you can see, is my energy is a little bit better than it was over the weekend. And, me being concerned about my husband. Um, Yesterday, Sunday, I barely even got out of bed. I didn't do anything on Sunday. I wanted to go to the gym, couldn't even get myself to get dressed and go out. Um, so I was in and out of. I went from the couch to the bed, couch to the bed, couch to the bed, until I went to work last Sunday night, and oh, here goes another yawn. But you know, during that whole deal, like I was talking to myself in my head, and was like, it was like, well, you're not gonna beat yourself up. You're not gonna beat yourself up. You're just gonna go through whatever you gotta go through today, and tomorrow we're gonna start off fresh. And you're gonna put yourself back in a positive mindset. You're not gonna let this you know put you down. You've been doing really good. And a couple of the YouTubers I've been watching, my regular bigger YouTubers that I watch, they've actually watching their fitness journeys. A couple of them are training for a charity boxing match, and watching them is actually helping me to stay, you know, positive, and at least even if I'm not in the best of moods, trying to get me to. It's helping me to stay up, and I've tweeted out to them a couple of times the saying, thank you for, you know, you've been helping me to keep going despite what's going on in my personal life, you know. And I just know I need to keep I need to keep positive vibes, and, and stop focusing on the lack or what I have no control over, and continue to focus on, what I do have and what is working and what is coming in, so more of that comes. I might not have the money for immigration, I might not have money to pay my debt, but I do have money to pay my bills. I do have money to buy food, and I have to, really look at that and feel good about that, and appreciate it, and be open for more of that to come in, that will trickle into having money for paying debt, and working towards getting my husband here. You know, I gotta really work on changing the narrative and the perspective. Okay, so for the immigration fees, I know the go between the U.S. and Canada, we just need passports. We don't need visas. We don't need. I think if we want to work in the other country, we need visas, or we need some kind of paperwork. I'm not 100% sure. I've never looked into that. But, like, at least to go between the two countries, we just need our passports or a birth certificate, or some kind of form of ID, right? Um, no, no, but as far as like the full immigration process, And I'm sure it's the same in Canada. Like anyone that wants to come live in the country, there's a crap load of paperwork to do. All right, for 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 someone that's trying to bring a family member, a spouse from another country. This is what the experience I've had. You gotta file for a petition. It's not even for the visa itself yet. It's just to ask permission to file for the visa. That alone cost about $500-600. On top of that, once that gets in, and that's just to start the process. That's not including getting whatever paperwork you need for to file that, right? And then on top of that, like once that gets approved, the next step, the paperwork for that is another couple $100. I think the total process, not including a lawyer, is over $1,000. I don't know the exact amount. It's between $1,000 and $2,000. Because if I like the way they got it set it up, it's so hard to figure out what fees you're really supposed to be paying. So the last time I did it, it was around $1,000, but the costs have gone up since then. So I think it's like closer to 1,500. And then on top of that, because I don't want to do it by myself like I did last time without legal help, to get a lawyer, an immigration lawyer, at least here, for most immigration lawyers want $5,000 or more. I found a lawyer. I came across a lawyer that she was being very reasonable with her pricing, and I say reasonable compared to other lawyers, like I said, that I know charge 5,000 or more to help with that process. This lawyer was willing to do work on the first half of the petition part. She said, because once the whole petition part, including when they approve it, could take up to 6 months. The paperwork doesn't take 6 months, but sending it and for them to make a decision on it could take up to 5 to 6 months. So she said, for just for the petition part, $1,500, and I could pay in payments up until the time that I should get an answer from it. And then she said for the last half of the whole process, which is um, proving showing my income, my husband going for um, a physical for to show that he's healthy and he's not doesn't have any diseases that he'd carry over to here, and to have his immigration interview, and him, and if he gets approved, get his green card so he could and visa so he could travel. She said another 1,500 on for that portion, and hopefully and of course if there's anything else that comes up, I'm sure she wants more on top of that. But so yeah, roughly about, give or take, roughly about 5,000 in total. The good thing is, the relatively good thing is that forget the lawyer, right? Forget the lawyer, just the immigration stuff alone. I don't have to pay all those fees all at the same time. The petition, I pay when I file the petition. The next thing happens after the petition gets approved. So I have, at least 5 to 6 months to raise the rest of the money for that. And then, so it's all broken up. And then even with the lawyer, at least, with this, if I were able to get that same pricing, I'm sure by the time I actually have any money, her price will go up. But let's say hypothetically, she's still willing to work with me for that pricing. Um, what was I gonna say? The you know 1,500. Like I think $1,500 is more than fair and very generous when I know a lot of immigration lawyers charge 5,000 or more. You know, but even if all I came up with at the beginning was 1,500, where I could give her almost the full amount for her help, and for the whatever I need for the petition, I could easily come up with the rest of her money by the time the petition has been a decision has come up on the petition. And hopefully been able to save up, you know, for the next set of fees and paying her to continue with us. And then like I said, on top of that, I have my own debt. Well, let's put it this way. Our last our last case was almost 5 years ago, and I still don't have the money. And I'll be honest, I'm not gonna get into a whole lot of detail, but after our first case, the first case we had a very rough time. We both were under a lot of stress. My finances have changed. He's been out of work for a very long time. He's been dealing with depression. There was multiple times where we, at one point or another, one of us or both of us were like, we're done. We're not doing this anymore. There was a good chunk of time where we were fighting a lot, and during that time, if the fighting wasn't happening, this I probably would have had money saved. We would have had money saved to do it. But because we were fighting and we things were happening, like I on my side, I was like, do I save money or do I not save money? Do I'm thinking, let's end it. He's thinking, let's end it. What there was a good chunk of time where we were like really, like I was completely confused on what to do, and I have responsibilities here, you know, you know, and my income is not what it was when we first got married, and you know, so I don't have, I'm lucky if I have a few dollars here and there, and then something comes up, and you know, and that's why I have those moments of panic. And I'm sure I have family that see when I post stuff about needing money, and they're like, I'm sure, like And I'm not blaming anyone, but because I probably would think the same thing. Go find a second job. Go get a different job. Go do this. Go do that. Instead of going, realizing maybe I really, maybe I really do need the help or whatever, but I don't know. Because I know it's nobody else's responsibility than me and my husband. But, you know, and because of my husband, yeah, stuff. But I'm trying, and I'm even trying to rack my brain on, like, if I do, like, a live stream challenge or something, if, saying if I get, for every 100, like, I was thinking of doing 100 squats for $1,000 or something. So, like, for every $100 I get $100 donation I get, I'll do 10 squats. Or if I can raise $1,000, I'll do 100 squats, you know, on a live stream. Like I don't know. I'm trying to think of creative ways to try to raise money. No, not 1,000 squats, 100 squats. I mean, trying to do 50 squats is hard enough. I'm very much out of shape. I might be working out, but I'm 100 pounds overweight. So I'm actually more than 100 pounds overweight. I'm at least I think from my height, I'm actually almost 150 pounds overweight. Yeah, because right now I'm just under 100, 270 pounds. I think the last time I weighed myself, I was at 267. And I think for my height, I'm supposed to be at like 130 or 140. I'm not trying to get to that weight. I just want to get down to like 175. Something that, I feel like it may be a little bit still overweight, but it's a lot better than where I am now. Yeah, I hear you. I thought of that, but I'm like, I don't know. Because there's some things that I really can't do. Like, I can't do regular push ups. I have to do stand up push ups. Like, I have to do upright push ups. Like, either against the wall or at an angle against the counter. I can't do like a full on push up. I could do a plank. I can do a plank. I could do a plank on the ground, and I could do, and the other thing is like there's certain thing like there's some exercises I can't do because I can't be on my knees. I don't have bad knees, but I think it's because of my weight that I can't I can't be on my knees. just to kind of like put myself in a like a crawling position hurts my knee. Hurts like you know, hurts my knee. Like I can like the bone or whatever. It would be more entertaining for viewers. Yeah, I've always been into like karate and whatever. No, 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 no. Where are you? Please tell me you're outside. Are you outside? Hold on a minute. Please be outside. I just saw a spider or something. And I'm praying that he's on the outside in the window. Sure. I'm just trying to find out where this thing went. I'm really praying that he was outside and he's just crawling down the car. I've been held hostage by, or I've been tormented by spiders in the car before. I don't like it. I don't necessarily have a problem with spiders. I just don't like them in close proximity. Let's see. Where'd you go? I pray to. Ah! He is outside. Stay outside. Stay outside. Son of a butt. Whatever you do not come in the car. Because I know you things can squeeze. Stay outside the car. Stay out there, okay? And hopefully you're not on the door or in the door. Stay outside the car. I've had spiders when I get in a car literally just come down in front of me like this, between me and the steering wheel. Yeah, but sometimes you can't necessarily tell. I mean, unless you're, an insect enthusiast or educated. Because sometimes some of the poisonous ones look like regular, look like, a non poisonous. Like the black widows, they say, oh, you could tell the black widow because it has the red on the back or whatever. There's been a few times where I thought I saw a black widow, but I didn't see any markings, and I wasn't gonna get close enough to find out because of the shape of it, I was kind of like that might be one. I don't want to get close enough to find out. The last last week there was a big spider over in one of the corners of the building. It was near the garage door opener, the buttons for the garage door, and he had to be at least the size of a quarter, if not a little bit bigger. Um, he's at least, like, he was a good size. And I was trying to find out, I couldn't tell if he was a brown recluse, which is a very venomous um, spider, or if it was another spider that kind of looks like a recluse, has similar markings but are similar color, but if you're not educated, you wouldn't be able to tell the difference. And because of where he was, I was like, like I'm trying to open the garage door and look at the spider at the same time, and I'll talk to the bugs and animals. Go look, if you stay over there, I'll leave you alone. If you don't make any sudden moves, we can be cool. I said, just don't come, don't try to startle me. I won't intentionally startle you. Please don't dangle in front of my face. Please don't suddenly jump at me. Anyway, I hope that thing stays on the outside of the car and doesn't find his way through the cracks of the car, especially since he was on the driver's window. And I'm a little afraid to leave the car because I don't want him to crawl inside. And I gotta pee. Like, where the hell did he come from? So I'm not under a tree. I really hope not. For all I know, he's like on the crack of the window, you know, waiting for the car door to open. I mean, he could squeeze in if he really wanted to. Yeah, it was the little like light brown spiders. What are those garden spiders or whatever? Those little light brown ones. Or tree spiders. I don't know what they're called. I don't know. I just keep looking. One time, there was a spider that kept crawling on the windshield. Then went on the window. I tried to open the window to get him to go on the other side, and he couldn't make up his mind. And then eventually he went between the weather stripping and the inside of the door, and he stayed in there, and he was making a web inside that little space. So when I would open the door and try to get out and just make sure I knew where he was, I could see him in the little space, like making his web. At one point, I managed to get him out and try to, you know, throw him, had him on a piece of paper or whatever, and tried to fling him off the car. And the little bastard, the little thing, friggin' got his little webbing, hooked back onto the car, crawled back up, and went into the little webbing that he was making already. Made me look. Made you look. Well, I know where I last saw him, so that doesn't mean he moved. Hopefully he jumped on the car and tried to catch a breeze off the car. Because I don't know where the hell he came from to begin with. Because I had a feeling you were either joking or whatever, and either way, I'm kind of like, I just want to make sure where it is before I panic. And I really do have to pee. Alright, well. Anyway, I think I'm going to end this. I'm going to go attempt to drive over to the gas station. Hopefully, if he's somewhere that he can fly off the car, he will fly off the car. Um, um, so I'm gonna drive to the gas station to go to the bathroom. I could go here, but I don't want to walk. Bathroom's not that close from where I am, so as far like if I were to go into the building, it's a decent walk away from the doors. So I'm gonna hopefully go to the bathroom. But thank you for hanging out, Denise. Thank you for Connor Smith that came in and Cashier. Um, Anyone that comes in, once again, if you made it this far, not only put hashtag love crew, Uh, give me the wave emoji. um, but shout out to those that I know would be here if they knew I was on. Nicole, Savage, J1980, a couple others. Thank you for always hanging out. Thank you for always showing love. Thank you for, everything that you do to support me, and know that I'm always thinking and praying for you people, for all of you. With that, I'm going to end it. Have a good night, Denise. As always, like, love, share, and inspire. Don't forget, love is everything. And I will see you next time. Hold on. I am definitely going to show the three paintings. Alright. Um, and if anything, I'll message you the other one. I got a lot of different paintings, but if I can find a clump of them, I'll try to send you, clips of each one that I know I have available. So again, have a good night. Until next time, much love. Peace. Night.